Drivers in Glasgow face the possibility of a roadside drug test from today as Scotland gets tougher on drug driving. A new law which introduces strict drug drive limits has come into effect, with police now able to carry out immediate tests using mouth swabs for suspected drug drivers. Motorists who have been involved in a collision or stopped for a traffic offence may also be tested, with those testing positive being arrested. The move comes as research revealed people are up to 3 times more likely to be killed or seriously injured in a road crash when driving after taking cannabis, rising to 10 times for cocaine. It's also thought that combining drugs, or combining them with alcohol, multiplies your risk of being involved in a crash even further. Drugs can stay in a user's system for hours or even days after consumption. Some heavy users will always have drugs in their system. The new law means it is now easier to hold drug drivers to account as there is no requirement to prove that someone was driving in an impaired manner. Hamza Yousaf said drug driving is simply not acceptable. There is a zero-tolerance approach to the 8 drugs most associated with illegal use, including cannabis, heroin and cocaine. Drugs associated with medical use have limits based on impairment and road safety. Chief Inspector Darren Folds, Area Commander for Road Policing West, said, "With our partners, we are committed to reducing road casualties and deplore the devastating consequences of drug driving on victims, their families and communities. This new legislation gives my officers the powers to detect, at the roadside, those selfish motorists who risk the lives of others and themselves by driving after taking illegal substances. Hopefully this will act as a deterrent to those who are involved in the taking of illegal substances from getting behind the wheel of a vehicle." A drug drive conviction is both a criminal and driving offence. Once convicted, drivers will receive a minimum 12-month driving ban, 3 to 11 penalty points on your license, a criminal record, up to 6 months in prison and/or a fine of up to £5,000. Cabinet Secretary for Justice Hamza Yousaf said, "Driving a vehicle while under the influence of drugs is simply not acceptable. The consequences of causing a collision while under the influence can be devastating." Alongside our stringent drink driving limits, these new curbs will ensure Scotland's law enforcement agencies have the most robust powers in the UK to tackle impaired and unsafe driving in order to keep people safe. For more on this story, visit the news article link.